What's the deal with RV fireplaces? Are they gas? Are they electric? Are they any good? Welcome back to the Happy Camper. It's kind of a wet, rainy day, early fall day here in southwest Montana, and I thought it'd be a great day to talk about supplemental heat sources in your RV. Most RVs today are going to be equipped with your forced air, LP-fired gas furnace. This little furnace, of course, is going to have a little thermostat up here on the wall that turns it on and off and goes up and down with temperature. Very simple affair, works very well. The only downside to it is of course, it does burn your propane, and it does have a detrimental effect on your batteries. So a lot of people in this part of the world, when they get out in this time of year and later and early in the spring, when they're trying to get out and enjoy the Montana backcountry, whether they're out doing a little hunting or some fishing, they do run into some colder temperatures than we generally see in this part of the world. So we do a lot of times need to add some additional heat into the unit. This particular 2020 Coachman Freedom Express 20 BHS that I'm standing in is equipped with the Touchstone electric fireplace. And a lot of people will ask, well, why isn't it gas? Or is it any good? Or is it just a fluff feature? And the answer to that is maybe. I actually really like my little fireplace that I have in my own trailer. And the reason for that is this is an extremely small airspace. So when you get a good cool day, you've been outside the backcountry, maybe it's raining like it is right now, you come in, your gear's all wet, you cook dinner, you create a bunch of moisture and condensation inside your trailer, and it almost starts raining in here for the simple fact it's a small airspace. And a lot of people just don't understand that this is not your house. You don't have 5,000 square feet. It's a small space. And any little bit of moisture that gets in here is almost sealed in with the new systems, especially on a unit like this. It's a laminated construction. And so when we start adding supplemental heaters, a lot of people want to put a little catalytic gas heat in here. And part of a product of burning propane, especially if it's not vented, is water. We do get condensation off of propane heaters. And that, of course, will compound the problem with interior condensation. If you are doing that and you're getting excessive condensation, it's a fairly simple thing to deal with. We want to take and open a window just slightly. Maybe about that much is all, 1/4 of an inch. We come over here to a roof vent, and we open that roof vent, again, not much, maybe 1/4 of an inch. And that's just going to allow some fresh air into the coach and evacuate the moisture up through the top. And a lot of people say, well, we're letting our heat out too. You are, and absolutely you are, but it's the only way to get the moisture out of the unit. And that's where we come back to our little electric fireplaces. They are not gas fired. I'm not aware of any RV that uses a gas insert. All of them, to my knowledge, are electric. They're all a little different. This is a fairly small model here, but they are all fairly simple and fairly similar. They have a power button up on top. The little screen down below is just simply a screen. It turns on and off and does its thing and does all the things that we like it to do. Up above, right in this area here, is our actual heater. This is going to blow heat out the front, and they're going to be adjustable over here with certain little settings. This one just simply has a high and a low. We have a power switch here. We have a timer here, and that will work across. And then, of course, we can adjust the flame, and that's, again, just the effect down here on the main screen. But the nice thing with electric heat is it does not produce moisture. In fact, it's a very dry heat. It will dry the interior of the coach, and that's extremely helpful in a wet environment, and especially in a small airspace trailer. So again, here in Montana, we don't have a lot of places that have electricity. If you do happen to be in a KOA or an improved campground, some of them do have electricity, and then this feature is great. But I actually run mine a lot just off of my little generator. I do put it on, and I also make sure that my main furnace will kick on. I make sure that this is set to a temperature, and the forced air furnace is set to a temperature where they'll both kick on and run. And it just adds a little additional heat into your coach. It adds that drying effect that we like to get the moisture dried out of the air. By also running the main forced air furnace, we are still pumping heat down into our heated enclosed belly where our tanks and our plumbing and all that stuff runs down underneath the floor. So the main furnace does need to kick on to keep that belly heated. So we don't just want to heat our trailer with this or with this. We want to do it in conjunction. If you're camping out in Montana's backwoods, that's today's tech tip. Hopefully that'll help you keep it from being such a rainforest inside your little camper. From all of us here, thanks again, and happy camping.